Coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7, Prime Minister Friday urges public servants to strive for excellence despite challenges. Rising early onset colorectal cancer raises alarm in the Caribbean. Ongoing youth protests in Indonesia as concerns grow over the country's economy and government policies. And in sports, CWI names 15-man squad for Sri Lanka Test Series. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV's News and Sports for Wednesday, June 17, 2026. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. Prime Minister Dr. Godwin Friday has reaffirmed his government's commitments to the public service and has appealed to public servants to continue giving their best in serving the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Prime Minister made the call while addressing a church service at the New Testament Church of God, Wilson Hill, yesterday to mark the start of Public Service Week 2026. The week is being observed under the theme, Transforming Public Institutions, Advancing Innovation, Participation and Inclusion.
The emphasis on servants is critical. But we have a thing in our country, it's part of our history of slavery and all of that, that to serve means servitude. Service means being of help to your neighbor, to your friend, to the people who have a right to expect us to do our best for them. Imagine we have in the public service some of the most best educated, most talented, hardworking, dedicated people in the country. All of that talent is brought to bear as part of the service to provide the environment and the task and all the things that we need to do to help others to do their work well.
Acknowledging that the work of public servants is often challenging, Dr. Friday urged them to maintain a high level of professionalism at all times, even when faced with difficult circumstances.
That all public servants want to do well. So I want to encourage you, as Minister Leacock said, to let's put our best foot forward. Let us decide that we are going to do better. Imagine if all of us decide to lift our game. We talk about the situation, the economic situation in the country, the debt that we have to confront, while at the same time providing services, paying the salaries, putting on the light, investing in development projects and so forth, that we have to do within the context of our current economic situation. But it requires us all to be more productive. Productivity is what creates whatever the surplus is, the increase in wealth that helps us to deal with all of those things. That can be done within the public service as well. Because you set the context of what everybody else does out there. I want us all to continue in the public service, to give of our best. Provide the service that the people who pay our salaries are entitled to. They're not asking for a favor. They are entitled to good service.
Pointing out that public servants are sometimes required to perform miracles with limited resources, the Prime Minister assured them that his government is committed to playing its part. He said the government will continue to work in partnership with the public servants to improve working conditions and provide support needed to enhance productivity and service delivery.
It's a health hazard to have people working in moldy buildings, and that's happening all over the public service. It is demeaning to tell somebody to work out of a closet rather than an office, to tell them to work in the corridors because we don't have space for you. We have to fix that. And we are looking for all kinds of creative ways to do so. Government don't have money, but money isn't everything. There are ways in which we can get these things done, and I don't care what people say, I'm going to do it. Because I know what we're doing, it's going to help you, it's going to help the country, it's going to help everybody. For those who are naysayers and want to find fault and pick faults for everything, watch the result, and you will see that we are going to deliver for you as public servants, and we ask you, lift your game, let us deliver for the people of this country. They deserve nothing less. And then when we all do that, we will transform this place into a better St. Vincent and the Great.
Activities for Public Service Week 2026 will continue tomorrow with a Public Service Digital Innovation Forum at the Methodist Church Hall. On Friday, June 19, Public Servants Appreciation Day will be observed, followed by a cocktail reception for public service retirees at the Sandals Resort on Saturday, June 20th. The week of activities will culminate on Tuesday, June 23rd, with a public service march and a street exhibition from Heritage Square to the car park adjacent to the Ministerial Building in Kingstown. Minister of National Security Sinclair Leacock has revealed that the Beechcraft aircraft reported missing after departing the Argyle International Airport on Friday, June 12th, has been located in South America. Here's more in this report.
Speaking during an appearance on NBC Radio today, Minister of National Security St. Clair Leacock said the latest information received from the Commissioner of Police indicates that after landing in one South American country following its departure from AIA, the aircraft subsequently moved to another South American country. The aircraft's original destination was from AIA to Tobago.
Because he has provided me with updates this morning and reaffirming that the aircraft didn't crash, and that it was in the location where he advised me 2 days ago, and he too may have been provided with some information that also didn't add up. But it appears that the aircraft may have moved from that original South American destination to another nearby South American destination.
Minister Leacock said the individuals associated with the aircraft are currently being monitored by the relevant authorities.
International agencies are monitoring very closely the movements of the aircraft and the people involved with the aircraft. So for obvious reasons, they can get to the root of the reason for that aircraft leaving St. Vincent, turning off its transponders, which means it doesn't want to be detected, and to investigate their own suspicions that any rational sets of people will come to as to why that has been the mode of conduct of that aircraft and the people flying it.
Minister Leacock maintained that he remains cautious about the amount of information being shared publicly while investigations continue. This is the second incident involving a missing aircraft in St. Vincent and the Grenadines within the past 3 years. In 2023, aircraft N transponder had been switched off and that there was no evidence of any illegal activities. Minister Leacock noted that authorities have observed a growing trend of increased aircraft movements within the region and are currently monitoring the situation.
A major transformation is on the horizon for the Kingston cruise ship terminal as the government moves forward with plans to enhance the facility through a partnership with Global Ports Holding. Minister of Tourism Dr. Kishore Shallow, speaking during a discussion on WeFM this morning, said the partnership is aimed at improving the capacity and overall operations of the cruise ship terminal, positioning it to better serve the visitors and stakeholders within the tourism sector. Minister Shallow said discussions and arrangements surrounding the project are progressing steadily, with key details expected to be finalized by mid-August.
But the intention of this partnership is, or the purpose of it is to improve efficiency and obviously the whole scope of the cruise ship, Kingston Cruise Ship Port. It'll be done in 2 phases. So the first phase, you would see an improvement, renovation really of the terminal itself at the cruise ship port, and some other work to be done there, which would value around 55 million EC dollars, all to be invested by Global Ports Holding. The second phase of the project, also to be funded by Global Ports Holding, which is another it's up to 60 million US. So you're talking about overall investment of between 250 upwards million, that is. And that second phase is where we'll be investing more in infrastructure, and that is to target really bigger cruise vessels. So what we're going to do is expansion of the entire port, the front of quay shed and all that area that we know.
The tourism minister noted that the redevelopment is expected to generate significant benefits for individuals and businesses that depend on the tourism industry, including taxi operators, tour providers, vendors, and other attraction-based enterprises. He said many potential beneficiaries are already looking forward to the increased business activity, as the upgraded facility is expected to attract greater visitor traffic and create new opportunities for revenue growth once completed over the next 2 years.
Well, I could tell you there's already a lot of excitement from those usual tourism operators, and talking about the taxis, taxi operators, the tour operators, vendors, the tenants at the cruise ship port also. Because it means Global Ports bring what they bring is expertise in port, cruise port operation. They also bring a wide network, meaning that some of the directors have been CEOs of the leading cruise lines in the world. So almost instantly, within the first 2 years, we expect to see an increase in traffic of cruise passengers. And then between the second and the fifth year is when we expect to see really, a serious transformation in the numbers moving towards because that's the time you take to market and so on.
Minister Shallow added that the planned transformation of the Kingston Cruise Ship Terminal forms part of the government's broader strategy to strengthen the tourism products of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and enhance the overall visitor experience. Dorsache Hill Government School marked a significant milestone today as its grade 6 students celebrated this graduation ceremony, preparing to embark on the next chapter of their academic journeys. The ceremony brought together students, teachers, parents, and community members to recognize the achievements, hard work, and dedication of the graduating class. Area Representative Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble delivered remarks congratulating the students and encouraging them to continue striving for excellence and to always give their best efforts in whatever path they choose.
Steps, those small steps are what take you on that journey to greatness. Yeah? So don't think that you're too young and that, I'm just going through the motions because they say you have to go to school, they say you have to do CPA, they say you have to go secondary school. It's not that. That is all part of your journey to greatness. And greatness doesn't necessarily mean becoming a minister of government or becoming the prime minister. Yes, we would love for you to do that. But greatness, in my view, means doing what you want to do, what you're passionate about, what you really want in your life, and getting it done successfully. That is greatness. Yeah, so don't ever underestimate yourselves. Don't ever think that you're not good enough. And I know you hear this all the time, but and the reason why you hear it all the time, it's because it's the truth. Yeah, it is the truth. You are as good enough as you want to be, of course, with God's help.
Minister of Youth, Sports, Culture and Creative Industries, Kashaka Cupid, in his address to the ceremony, also shared words of encouragement to the graduates, emphasizing the importance of developing practical skills alongside academic achievements.
You have a tremendous opportunity that lies ahead of you. Each of you, I think, is about 11. if my math serves me right, 11 of you, and I'm speaking to you directly, you are the future of our nation. Most of you may want to be professionals, doctors, lawyers. You could also be a sportsman, sportswoman. You could be an ambassador, you could even be a politician, right? Initially, I didn't aspire to be a politician, but fate had it that I transcended into this particular field. But I just want to take the opportunity to reinforce that it's important, while education is important to you, you must also work extremely hard. And in life, you say nothing good in life comes easy. And it's important for you to be committed and dedicated to your schoolwork. And also you could complement your schoolwork and academics with sports too. Sports is extremely important.
Meanwhile, the Paul McLeish Award for Best in Science was presented to the school's valedictorian, Nathaniel Gill. The award was handed over by Amy McLeish in recognition of Gill's outstanding performance in the subject area.
The Paul McLeish Best in Science Award is presented to a student who has shown exceptional scientific knowledge and eagerness to inquire and critical thinking applied to science throughout his or her academic year. The Paul McLeish Award for Best in Science is presented to Mr. Nathaniel Gill.
The graduation ceremony celebrated the accomplishments of the students while encouraging them to remain focused, continue learning, and embrace the opportunities ahead as they transition to secondary school and the next stage of their educational journey. CDC launches Airport to Welcome initiative to boost Vincy Mas 2026 experience. This and other stories coming up on a return with more local news. Stay with us.
Welcome to C-Star.
Welcome to the upgraded C-Star Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from the luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails, and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to C-Star, where their friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. C-Star Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of. One that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
On Friday, June 19th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $92,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a little lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $92,000. This Friday, June 19th. You have to be in it to win it.
Welcome back. Still in news now on the local scene. The Carnival Development Corporation, the CDC, will ramp up its promotional activities for Vincy Mas 2026 with the launch of its Airport Welcome program at the Argyle International Airport on Sunday, June 21st. Chairman of the CDC, Ricardo Adams, said the initiative is designed to give visitors a warm Vincential welcome and ensure they have an enjoyable experience while attending the many events associated with the festival. He said the CDC is looking forward to welcoming patrons from across the region and beyond while showcasing the best of St. Vincent and the Grenadines' premier cultural festival.
In the last year, we started doing a full activation at the Argyle International Airport where we use cultural performances, we use merchandising, and we use our people to welcome visitors to Vincy Mas. So the experience of Vincy Mas starts at the Argyle International Airport. And we're going to continue that this year. We're going to have some additional support from the Argyle International Airport operating entity. And we've got some sponsors who are coming on board. So we're really looking forward to increasing the height of the welcoming activation this year.
Adams also revealed that the CDC will introduce a new feedback system this year, allowing visitors departing at the Argyle International Airport to share their impressions and experiences of Vincy Mas and their stay in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
When you're leaving, we're also going to have an activation called Promise to Come Back. Promise to Come Back. Sorry, Promise to Come Back, where we're basically going to invite you to come back next year, right? One of the things that we'll be doing is we'll also be collecting some data at doing some surveys and collecting some data so we can better understand what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would like to see more of, what you would like to see less of, and tailor our offering to what our people really want to.
Meanwhile, carnival activities continue across the country as excitement builds for Vincy Mas 2026. The next major event on the calendar is Fantastic Friday, scheduled for June 26, 2026. Minister of Culture, the Honorable Kashaka Cupid, is calling on all Vincentians to unite as one as the country prepares to celebrate Vincy Mas 2026. Speaking at a press conference today, Minister Cupid said he's anticipating a successful and smoothly run festival, but stressed that the support and cooperation of all Vincentians will be essential to its success.
And in order for us to have a successful carnival, as the chair would have mentioned a short while ago, we need the support of everybody. We need the support, the fulsome support of each and every one. We know the challenges and the divisions in which we have as a nation, and Vincy Mas gives us the opportunity to come together as one people, one nation, one culture, one identity. And I am imploring, I am beseeching, basically, for us to come together as our cultural ambassador would have said in a song, we are one Vincy.
Minister Cupid said now is the time for citizens to put aside their political differences and come together in the spirit of national pride and celebration. He urged Vincentians to support not only the artists and performers who contribute to the festival, but also the Vincy Mas as a whole, noting that the event plays an important role in showcasing the nation's culture and generating economic activity.
We are one people. And it's important that we recognize that we may have our basic differences, whether it may be politically or otherwise. But this is an opportunity for us to really come together, solidify ourselves as a nation. And as we all know, we have one of the best carnivals in the Caribbean. But in order to maintain that high level of standard, we need the support of the general public.
The Culture Minister expressed confidence that with unity, cooperation and support from the public, Vincy Mas 2026 will be a memorable and successful festival for all. The Carnival Development Corporation, CDC, this week announced the finalists for the highly anticipated Raga Soca and the Soca Monarch competitions for Vincy Mas 2026, along with the semi-finalists for the Calypso Monarch competition. Speaking on the sidelines of Bacchanal Bay, the Soca Monarch semi-finals, which was held last Sunday, June 14th, some of SVG's top artists and producers shared their expectations for Vincy Mas 2026, The Great Escape.
It's going to be epic. Everybody needs to come outside. This is 2026. Just come outside. You have no excuse. It's going to be great. I enter competition for the first time because I know it's going to be a great year. And I ain't missing that train. So you should come out too, you know. And it's been about 10 years. I've never submitted anything. But this year I pay my dues. I pay my dues this year. Many fans that wanted to see me for years, I'm doing it for them. And also too, if CDC, us everybody come together, we have a great show.
When I made the finals for the Power and the Raga, just to do my best out and give the people the performance they could be proud of. Hopefully in the process win a crown or two, you know. I'm also in Calypso this year, so just trying to make my name and make a mark in this industry, and that's it.
Carnival, this carnival gonna be the greatest carnival of all carnival. Change our government. Everything legit now. And enough hold long and enough fight down. This is gonna be the best carnival. Every artist gonna get a fair chance in this carnival. And it's gonna be one of the best carnival in history in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Flank of the water and say that. Undermine your government, remember that.
I mean, it's supposed to be the same thing. It's supposed to expect from the beginning, nothing but the best. Nothing but the best.
And Pixel, what are your expectations? We're just 3 weeks away from the climax of Vincy Mas 2026. What are your expectations?
I expect us to keep it safe, keep it respectful, and just bring vibes. Vincy full of vibes. Vincy is the mecca for vibes in the Caribbean. I just feel that way. No disrespect to anybody else, but Vincy is the volcanic soil of the Caribbean.
You see, the problem, people think carnival is only music and wine up and drink, and no. It's only with the culture, is food and all kind of thing. People who sew in clothes and all kind of thing, right? It's a whole cultural package. So I want everybody to come out, promote what they're making, the designs, the food taste, the this, the that, and let me enjoy the Mas. Because for long now, everybody think Vincy Mas is only about music and wine up. But we have so much things to offer. We have Invest SVG in these places where people make the pepper sauce, the this, the that, the seasoning. So it's a whole cultural exhibition. And we want the people to know that.
If you're not here, you're missing out. Come out your house. All of you watching this, get out, come out. It's a beautiful time of year. Let's get it. Let's get it. Vincy Mas, all the way. SVG-TV, you don't know those work. Come on.
Vincy Mas is going bigger and bigger and better. So my expectation is to have everybody will be having fun and enjoying themselves. We're having a spectacular carnival this year. And what I like now is a lot of youngsters getting involved. And that goes to show you that there is hope for the future. Because once the young people coming into it, it will be more extravagant.
I think it's a great time. I think we should have a great carnival. People feel enthused. I know a lot of people coming home, so we should have a great time. I think sometimes we get lost in what we hear other people doing instead of trying to look at what we have and what we've had before so that we can build on it. I think that's one of the things that we need to build on and work on. But so far I know Vincentians are very creative people. And we never stop being creative, so we find different ways to do it. And it's really lovely to hear the different types of sound that comes from different people. So it's all good, but we still need to really mold our own sound and make it difference to the other ones from around the region. We have the power, the jab, we have the bouillon. We don't need to be that. We need to be us. You know, so that's my own concern. But I think it will get there.
Rise in early onset of colorectal cancer raises alarms in the Caribbean. This from the region. On return, stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
And news now on the regional scene. Colorectal cancer, once considered a disease of the elderly, is now striking people in their 30s and 40s, with cases rising rapidly across the Caribbean. This surge has triggered alarm among healthcare providers, driving urgency in how prevention, diagnosis, and treatments are approached. We hear more in this report.
The increase in early onset colorectal cancer is a major epidemic, quietly rattling the Caribbean healthcare system within recent years. Hematologist and oncologist at the Mayo Clinic Comprehensive Cancer Center in Florida, Dr. Jeremy Jones, said that since 1990, the relative risk of developing colon cancer before age 50 has increased by 50%, with trends climbing at a steady 1 to 2% each year. He noted that although the exact cause of colorectal cancer remains unclear, research suggests that modern adaptation to a westernized diet, including foods such as red meats, smoked meats, alcohol, and tobacco, may be a major driving force behind its rise.
We think that, again, part of this is westernization of the diet, so, processed foods, things like that. But there's likely other factors at play. Whether it has to do with changes in what we call the gut microbiome, or essentially the healthy bacteria that are in your gut. There is some evidence to suggest that change is factoring into this increased risk. But what causes that change, we don't really know.
Statistics from the World Health Organization places colorectal cancer as the third most common cancer among men and women globally.
That's the news from the region. The international news features coming up next. Just stay with us.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanspharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. $200,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Friday, June 19th. It's $200,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances. TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Welcome back in News Now on the international scene. Young people in Indonesia are holding protests around the country. They're demanding an end to some of their government's policies as well as measures to curb the rising cost of living. Many Indonesians are concerned about the economy, with their local currency sliding to record lows recently. We have more in this report.
On the streets of central Jakarta, hundreds of university students gathered to protest against what they say is the government's mismanagement of the economy.
Indonesia's economy growth exists only on paper. At the dinner table, people are struggling because the prices of basic goods and fuel keeps rising. Electricity is becoming less reliable. Job opportunities are shrinking while taxes continue to increase for low and middle-income earners.
Student protests have also been held in other major cities around the broader theme of concerns about the economy and some of the government's policies, including its free meal program, which aims to deliver a free daily lunch to millions of children and pregnant women. But the program, which has a budget of $15 billion this year, has been marred recently by allegations of corruption and incidents of mass food poisonings. In June, meanwhile, Indonesia's currency, the rupiah, slid to a record low, in part because of market pressures created by the Iran war.
Even before the conflict, the rupiah was losing value, which economists have attributed to concerns about fiscal credibility and excessive government spending.
This week, some student protesters were invited to meet Vice President Gibran Rakabuming Raka.
I'm happy that students are being critical, evaluating the situation and offering their advice and perspectives.
The government says it's listening to public opinion, including the student protests. It says that the increase in fuel prices is the result of global factors and stressed that its policies, like the free meal program, are for people's benefit.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
And now for a look at the local weather forecast. Present conditions cloudy and slightly hazy. Winds northeast at 19 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27.5 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 87%. Barometric pressure 1015.5 millibars, 24-hour rainfall 4.0 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 29.8 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:33 p.m., sunrise tomorrow at 5:39 a.m. Forecast: generally cloudy and breezy with scattered light to moderate showers, pockets of light rain, and isolated thunderstorms. Synopsis: a tropical wave will begin to affect the islands.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionssvg.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
Welcome to the evening sports. We hear that Cricket West Indies has named a 15-member squad for the two-test series against Sri Lanka beginning on June 25th at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. Roston Chase will lead the side as the men in maroon look to close out the World Test Championship cycle on home soil. Here's more from TTT Sports' Narissa Mohammed.
The 15-member West Indies squad named for the two-match test series against Sri Lanka features the return of wicketkeeper batter Joshua De Silva, who scored nearly 1,000 runs across the last two seasons of the West Indies Championship. Also recalled is Amir Jangu, who finished second in runs this year, including a double century, his first test selection since January 2025. Fast bowlers Alzari Joseph and Shamar Joseph are back after injury kept them out of the India and New Zealand tours. Head coach Darren Sammy says every test series is a chance to grow. Calling Sri Lanka a quality side, his team must be at their best to beat. The squad is now in a high-performance camp in Antigua, running until June 22nd, focused on fitness, technical work and match preparation. A 4-day warm-up match begins June 18th at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, with Tevin Imlach captaining a 13-man West Indies Select 11.
Lionel Messi gave Argentina an early lead in its World Cup opener against Algeria in Kansas City in the USA last night, then went on to score two more goals on their 3-0 win on Day 6. With a brilliant hat-trick, Messi moved into a tie with Germany's Miroslav Klose for a career record scoring at FIFA's Men's World Cup. Messi scored that emotional first goal in the opening minutes on a nifty pass from DePaul, the second off an opportunistic rebound early in the second half, and the third on a crisp goal moments before subbing out to a standing ovation. His incredible trio of goals came 20 years to the day that Messi made his World Cup debut in a match against Serbia and Montenegro. He became only the second player to score in 5 editions of the FIFA Men's World Cup. Messi has 16 goals in his record 6 World Cup appearances overall, and it seems inevitable that Klose's record will fall in the coming weeks. The hat-trick was the 61st of Messi's career, his 11th while playing in his national team colours, and his first in the World Cup. It was also the 5th straight World Cup game in which Messi had scored. Here at home in netball news now, DHL Meteors ran riots on inter-island trading incorporated Meteors by beating them 63 goals to 13 in last evening's big Division 1 knockout clash of the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines National Netball Championships being played at the New Montrose Netball Center in Kingstown despite the inclement weather yesterday. Earlier yesterday afternoon, Valley Bakers North Leeward Stars defeated Total 10 Technologies and Netters and will meet in a Vitamalt Youth Development Division. Another 2 knockout matches were slated for this afternoon, which began at 5 p.m. In cricket news, Flo Radcliffe thrashed Carlos Vera rivals by a massive 261 runs at the Honnesville 1 playing field in Sunday's Lone Premier Division match in round 2 of the 2026 St. Vincent and the Grenadines Cricket Association 50-over championship. The scores: Flo Radcliffe 283 for 9 off 39.4 overs, and Carlos Vera rivals 22 off 9.1 overs. That's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Honnesville. Call 453-9000.
Welcome back, and now for a second look at the headlines. Prime Minister Friday urges public servants to strive for excellence despite challenges. Rise in early onset of colorectal cancer rises alarm in the Caribbean. Ongoing youth protests in Indonesia as concerns grow over economy and government policies. And in sports, Cricket West Indies names 15-man squad for Sri Lanka Test Series. And for a recap of the local weather forecast, generally cloudy and breezy with scattered light to moderate showers, pockets of light rain, and isolated thunderstorms. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I'm Triska Campbell, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news as well as daily headlines. Also check out SVG-TV's News in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing. Enjoy the rest of your evening.